Transformative education happens not just in classrooms, laboratories, and libraries.
Throughout the university's history, our gymnasiums and playing fields have been the sites of wins and losses, but also of lifelong friendships formed and lifetime lessons learned.
If I could send a message to the donors, I'd thank them for everything, because I do everything that I do on this court because of them. I'm able to use these facilities to the best of my ability, and I'm able to do well in sports and academics because of them.
Let's meet tonight's starters for the visiting Buccaneers. Number 6, Julio Ebting. Number 9, Elijah Hartberg. Number 10, Mamucha Muntalia. Number 11, Juan Calzada. Number 12, Cody Nowazik. Number 17, Evan Miranda. Number 20, Daniel Varela Nornella. Number 23, Nicholas Williams. Number 24, Santiago Gomez. Number 25, Rosario Escalera. And number 31, Max Wilson. The Buccaneers are led by head coach Patrick Sanchez. And now for your starting lineup for the Elmhurst University Blue Jays. Junior, number 3, Aiden Georgievsky. Senior, number 5, Fernando Delgado. Senior, number 7, Michael Sanko. Senior, number 8, Ryan Wells. Senior, number 10, Caden Sotsbaugh. Senior, number 11, Martin Bobadilla. Junior, number 13, Mario Torres. Freshman, number 19, Logan Kennedy. Junior, number 20, Omar Martinez. Freshman, number 33, Cameron McShaw. And finally, for your starting lineup of the Elmhurst Blue Jays is junior, number 35, Jacob Wazorczyk. The Blue Jays are led and assisted by head coach Tim Dean in his second season, and Daniel Reljic, Joseph Leverick, Alexander Sarek, and Johnny Madridge.
Hello everyone, I'm John Lissy and welcome back to Elmhurst Field. Tonight's game should be a good one. We have the 4-10-2 Blue Jays taking on the 6-6-4 Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are coming off a 1-1 tie to Grinnell College, and on the other end, the Blue Jays have dropped their past 3 games. Both teams are desperately looking for a win here, and both teams have not won a game since October 4th. Elmhurst has to come out fast and aggressive because this Buccaneers team has a great defense. So overall, both of these teams struggling to find wins in the past couple games, and a win here for either side would be massive, but especially for the Buccaneers since they at least have a shot at the wild card race and at the playoffs. While if you look at it from the other end, Elmhurst doesn't really have too much of a shot here to make the playoffs. But tonight's game should be a great one. One thing Elmhurst definitely has to look at is getting ahead early and fast, as they tend to win games when they score the first goal of the game. So let's see what happens here. Tonight's game, unusual start time, 4 p.m. So here we go. Unusual start time here, 4 p.m. So it won't be a night game. A chilly, slight wind day, 50 degrees. For the first time tonight, the ball is going to go out 15 seconds into this game. Little battle here at the 20. Elmhurst trying to get this one out. Now the ball's at the 40. Ball to 30 here. Elmhurst trying to work their magic up to the sideline, trying to get it into enemy territory. They have so far for the first time tonight. Battling for it. Buccaneers try to wind up with this one. Still at the 40. Elmhurst tends to battle very early on in the game. A shot attempt here, and that one is going to slowly trickle out of bounds for the second time tonight. Only a minute and 10 seconds in tonight. Here we go. This goalie is Stas. He's played 16 games so far with a 1.45 goals against average. So he's a very solid goalie. And Elmhurst, if they want a chance at winning this, they have to get past him, and they have to get past him fast here. So far, both goalies playing pretty nice today. Ball at the 40, another battle here towards the sideline, trying to work in. Beloit with the ball deep in their own zone, trying to clear. Ball's going to land at the 30 as it's trickling here. This one kicked out towards the 45. Elmhurst trying to work some magic. Schultzbalg with the pass. Now that one's going to trickle back to the 30. Ball at midfield here for Beloit. Elmhurst trying to work some magic once again, trying to get the first shot on goal here tonight for either team. This ball is going to trickle out at the 20, but Schultzbalg keeps this one in. Schultzbalg's with 3 goals so far on the season, the 3rd highest on his team here. So one of the star players here for the Blue Jays. Definitely a player to watch out for here. Another battle at the 20 once again. Some tight defense here. Elmhurst trying to get the first shot on goal. Unsuccessful try there as that ball is going to go around midfield. Elmhurst with a couple of passes here as the ball's towards the sideline. Now the ball's at the 25. Trying to escape pressure is Elmhurst. Almost a 3-on-1 situation there. Schultzbalg once again with the ball. 3 goals on the year, and 2 of them have came in one game. That was a big game he had earlier on in the season, scoring 2 late goals getting Elmhurst the win. So this is going to be the first corner kick of the night here for Elmhurst. And the 71st corner kick of the season. So far, Elmhurst has 70 corner kicks. While if you look at it from the other end, the Buccaneers only have 58. Elmhurst in the zone. Trying to capitalize on this opportunity here. Ball at the 10. Trying to get a shot on goal. And it's a battle at the goal line. Elmhurst unable to come up with it, but they create some momentum there, getting the first shot on goal. Ball at midfield here. Buccaneers trying to flip the script here, trying to get the ball in the enemy territory. Another battle once again at the 40. Ball trickles back to the 20 as Elmhurst regains some possession here. Ball at midfield as Elmhurst is trying to work their way upfield. Buccaneers trying to clear this, trying to get their first shot on goal this game. This one's going to be cleared out, and it's going to be heading Elmhurst's way as the Bucks are going to throw this one in here. 5 minutes into this game, still scoreless. A couple of shots for Elmhurst, none so far for the Buccaneers. Stumbles down, and Elmhurst is going to have their first throw in from this end. So Crawford got that one there, and there's a battle. Ball at the 20. Now Drzewski passes that one. Elmhurst trying to clear. Now Drzewski again with the ball at the sideline. Bobadilla doesn't get it, and this could be a shot here for the Bucks, trying to make something happen, and Crawford comes up with a big save. Huge save by Crawford, and that was the first shot he saw all night. Comes up with a huge save. Ball 30 here for the Bucks, trying to get their second shot of the night as the ball trickles towards out of bounds, but it's kept in by Drzewski. Couple of passes here trying to get it out of their own zone. Unsuccessful here as the Bucks apply some pressure. This one's going to roll out to the 10. Bucks trying to capitalize here. And Crawford take a look here. A little step back, and he comes out and gets that. My mistake there. That is Jacob Vachorchik at goal. So far tonight, he's been pretty solid with 2 saves already early on into this game. Definitely an aggressive goalie, as you could tell in that last replay, coming out of his crease and making that aggressive save. 7 minutes in here. Still scoreless. It's a 50-degree day here. Pretty chilly. Cold and windy. But at least they have a little bit of sun, as usually these games start at around like 6 or 7. So 4 o'clock allows some more time. Yeah, and this Buccaneers defense has been outstanding all year, even though the record is 6-6-4. A solid record, not too bad, not too good. Their defense has been outstanding. It's mainly the Buccaneers offense that has been lacking. And Elmhurst is going to go down hard, and they're going to wind up with the ball here. Speaking of the Beloit Buccaneers offense, definitely some players to watch out for is number 36, Cervantes, with 6 goals on the season. He is fast and aggressive. He's all over, so definitely got to watch out for number 36 here. 3-on-1 situation as the Buccaneers dump this one back to the 30. Now at the 45, 15-yard pass. They're going to clear this one backwards, trying to regroup. Trying to get the ball into Elmhurst territory here. High and wide kick. It's going to be deflected. And the Bucs trying to get a shot on goal. That one was wide, and it's going to be attempted to be saved, but it's going to end up ultimately rolling out and going out of bounds. It's been going out of bounds a lot tonight so far. So here we go, Elmhurst with the ball at the 10, trying to work their way upfield. Trying to score early here. Ball just got passed. Now the ball's at the 40. Elmhurst working their way up towards the left sideline, making a move. Trying to get another shot here. Creeping in, cutting back. Good play. It's going to be passed back here. Schultzborg passes it to Bobadilla. Knocks his hands off with the pass, and it's going to be cleared out by the Bucs. And Kennedy is going to clear that one back in here for Elmhurst. A couple of good passes, setting them back up. Elmhurst with a good possession so far early on in this game. Trying to get another shot opportunity. Here we go. The Buccaneers trying to work some magic here. Trying to get another shot. Ball's on the left side at the 15. Buccaneers trying to get a shot attempt here. They can't escape. They're trying to clear this one back. Now the ball's at the 35. Buccaneers trying to set up and regroup here for a pass. They keep it in their territory. And now the Buccaneers having a solid possession. That one just missed, and that was a huge break for the Elmhurst. A great setup here for the Buccaneers. On the left side, chasing, just misses the hands. That could have been huge for the Bucs if that one went in. So 11 minutes so far, still scoreless. Let's see what happens here with Vachorchik. So usually the main goalie for this Blue Jays team is Ruffin, but tonight Vachorchik is in. He's had 4 games played. Only 2 goals have gone against him, and he has a 0.75 goals against average with an .800 save percentage and 8 saves. In those 2 games he's played, he's had a 1-1 record. So a pretty solid goalie. And so far tonight, he's had an outstanding performance, highlighted by that massive, aggressive save a couple minutes into the game. Here we go, the Buccaneers airing this one out. A pretty high and far kick. Landing at midfield, but unable to get position here. Delgado passes this one out, back to forward check. Now the ball's at the 10. Now they're going to bring this one back. Buccaneers applying some pressure, and Elmhurst trying to get this one out. Dvorzewski at the sideline. That pass was blocked. Dvorzewski's pass blocked by Gomez. As Dvorzewski throws this one in. Works its way towards the middle of the field, and there's a lot of traffic here at the 30. Buccaneers now with the ball at the 40. The pass almost connected there. Intended for Hartberg. Just missed. That would have been huge. So far, a couple solid plays here tonight for both teams. But so far the Buccaneers with 2 great scoring chances. Just, unfortunately, unable to capitalize on those. Speaking of that, the Buccaneers are going to bring this one back. Going to try to find some openings here with the ball at the 10. Buccaneers clear that one. Pass did not connect here, and Schultzbold is going to bring this one back. He's going to pass this one out to Vorjecic. Airs that one out pretty aggressively. It's going to land at around the 40. It was a 2-on-4 situation, and Elmhurst couldn't get a hold of it. Buccaneers with the ball at midfield here. Schultzbold with the ball at the 40, now stopping quickly. Now Bobadilla with the ball. Just hands it away, and that's going to be a turnover. Now once again, the Bucs are going to set this one back. Slight lateral pass there with the ball at the 40. And it's going to be barely kept in. Ball somehow still inbounds. Buccaneers with the big break here. 3-and-1 trying to clear it. And Schultzbold makes that one go out of bounds here. As the Buccaneers look like they're going to have a throw in here with the ball at the 35. And the whistle blows and the Buccaneers have a throw in. Ball trickled in at around the 20. Buccaneers trying to capitalize on this. But the ball winds up back to Schultzbold. Now with the pass. Coming down hard is Torres. That's going to advance the ball here for Elmhurst. Delgado with the ball at midfield. Now Elmhurst trying to get something here. And no, that one slowly just trickles in. Good save there. Ball making its way back to Elmhurst territory as Elmhurst tries to clear here. Some tight defense by Drzewski as Drzewski falls down pretty hard there. 29-10 to go in this first half. 16 minutes into this game. Still scoreless here. Both teams desperately trying to score their first goal here. And a win for both of these teams would be huge because, of course, a win is a win. But both of these teams have not won since October 4th. So over 2 weeks since both of these teams last win. Both of these teams definitely craving a win here, especially Elmhurst at home on senior night. It would be huge if they were able to get a win here. Elmhurst with the ball at the 20. Now working its way back. Clears that one out across midfield. And Bobadilla with the ball at the sideline, trying to connect the pass. Working some magic. And Elmhurst is going to escape with the ball here. They still have it. And it looks like Wells is going to go down hard. Buccaneers trying to bring it back, but there's some big pressure here. Now the Buccaneers desperately try to clear it, but unsuccessful. Kennedy clears that one out. Schultzbold with a little too much contact there, and the Bucs are going to wind up with possession here. So the Bucs with an interesting pass there. Don't know who that was intended to, but Elmhurst is going to take advantage of it. Tisnan's with the ball. Back to Schultzbold. Schultzbold with the ball at the 20 on the right side. Cutting in, shot on goal. And that one is wide. Just missed the net there. Schultzbold cuts in, tries to work an advantage. But that ball just sailed well wide of the goal there. So here we go. Buccaneers goalkeeper with the ball. slow pass that trickles to the 10 as the Bucks try to work their magic here. Ball at the 30. The ball creeping towards midfield. Delgado trying to clear this one out. Nowacek so far hasn't seen much action tonight in goal. No shots on goal technically for Nowacek. Now Wells with the ball at the 10, trying to escape the 3-on-1 situation. Little battle in the corner, and that one just missed Nowacek. Right when I said he didn't see much action, he just saw a lot of action there as the ball barely trickled by him. Just missed that left post. So 20 minutes in, still scoreless here. Both teams trying to find a goal. Definitely a more action-packed game so far in this first half than last game. Last game, not too much action as the game only picked up around the second half. So tonight there's been a lot of action, especially towards midfield. A little chip shot pass there. Bobadilla tries to clear that one out to lure Nowacek, and Nowacek just going to get the ball here. Let's see what he does. Pretty big kick as the Bucks have possession, but Schultzbold playing some fast defense here, trying to get the ball for Elmhurst here. Ball at the 45 here. Now ball at midfield. Last game Elmhurst played was against Illinois Wesley University in Bloomington, Illinois. They lost that game 3-0, so an uncharacteristic loss there. A pretty big blowout, and they're going to try to flip the script this game and try to get a win, especially in front of this crowd at a day game, and especially on senior night. They've lost their past 4 games. Their last win, of course, like I said and mentioned earlier, was October 4th. A 5-1 win against Milken University. We're just waiting here for the Bucks to work their way upfield. Now the Bucks with possession at the 40. Getting a pass. Now they're sneakily working their way up, trying to get a shot. But too many Elmhurst defenders there as they're going to throw this one back. That ball is going to be high and wide. It's going to be kept in. And now Drzewski once again keeps that one in. Clears this one out deeply. But the Bucks end up with it. And let's see what they can do here. And on the other end, the Bucks have not won since October 4th as well. But instead of getting handed 4 losses, they have tied at least. So they've gotten more points towards the standings. Of course, you want to win. They haven't won since October 4th. But they have tied it twice. Last Wednesday, October 15th, 1-1 tie against Grinnell College. And their last tie was Jacksonville, Illinois at England Stadium against Illinois College. Buccaneers wound up tying that game 2-2. So a throw in here by the Bucks. Just bouncing around, but nowhere to go. Vichorchik with the ball here. 22 minutes to go here. Just over halfway through this first half. Kennedy working up. Trying to get this ball to Znanzoff. Another battle here. Elmhurst with the ball at the 45. Slowly working their way up. 2 shots on goal so far tonight. Off the crossbar as well, and Drzewski tried to get the redirect but couldn't. That would have been huge. You see Wells working up the middle, just taking any shot he could. But just off the crossbar, and then Drzewski gets the redirect. Wow. Definitely the best opportunity to score here for Elmhurst tonight. There was a nice solid pass and then another drop pass to Wells. And Wells just hit the crossbar, and then off the redirect, Drzewski tried to chip that one in but couldn't. So Novacek coming up big with that save. So here we go, 20:35 to go here. Just over halfway through, still scoreless here for both teams. But wow, I wonder if we're going to look back on that play, and will it be the turning point of this game for the Buccaneers? That one is kicked really high out. Coming out of his crease is Vorchorchik. Again, another great aggressive play, keeping them in the game. Ball at midfield, exactly 20 minutes ago. Schultzberg needs to shoot this one. Let's see what he does. Just misses. As that ball curved to the left. Huge chance there, but just kicks it on the outside. Ooh. Right idea, but just very windy out here. And that's 2 massive chances for Elmhurst. Unable to capitalize. So let's see if the Bucks can gain some momentum off of that. 4 shots on goal tonight for Elmhurst. Well, the Bucks only have 1. The Bucks average 12.5 shots a game, while Elmhurst averages 9.7. So the Bucks average a lot. Once again, Novacek comes out of his goal, plays pretty aggressively. Schultzberg just hops right over him. Here we go. Buccaneers just missed that one there. Some tight defense here by the Bucks at the 20. Elmhurst with 2 massive chances, but just couldn't get it. Let's see if they get the third one here. Schultzberg gets his ball, trying to redeem himself, cutting in and cutting out. Bobadilla with the ball at the 20. Let's see if they can connect on this. Trying to shoot it, but couldn't. And here we go. The Bucks are going to bring this one. Of course, the Buccaneers averaged 3 more shots than Elmhurst. So far this season, they've averaged 3 more shots than Elmhurst, getting exactly 200 shots on the season before this game. So right now they have 201 on the season, while Elmhurst only has 155 shots. Buccaneers shot that one and saved. That one's going to roll out, but what a save by Vorchorchik, coming out of his goal and just saving that. But the very smart play by Elmhurst is grabbing that redirect, because you never know once it bounces off of him where the ball could end up. So Elmhurst awaiting the throw in by the Bucks. The Bucks with the ball at the 40. Kick that one in right into possession of Elmhurst. Delgado trying to get the ball, and this one is slowly going to wind up out of bounds at the corner with 17 minutes left. So here we go. It's going to be a corner kick for the Bucks. Their first corner kick of the game. And their 59th. It looks like they're just going to kick that one in instead of shooting that one far. Now Elmhurst with the ball at the 20. Trying to work their way upfield. Elmhurst approaching midfield with possession of the ball here. Now Schultzburg once again to the left side. Hit that one out to Bobadilla. That one is going to wind up very high. It's going to be another whistle here as Schultzburg is down on the ground at the 30. So hopefully he ends up being okay. So far, 7 shots in total, 5 for Elmhurst and 2 for the Bucks. Each goalie with a save tonight, and of course with a shutout. Schultzburg with a little limp, but good to see him walk under his own 2 feet. It's good to see him get up there, and hopefully he winds up being okay. So 16:10 to go left in this first half. The ref signaling here a subbing. Schultzburg is going to limp off the field and get subbed out. So hopefully he winds up being okay here. But Duyas with the throw in here for Elmhurst. That one's going to be kicked, and now the Bucks are going to get that. Ball at the 20 as they try to work their way upfield. Now the ball up to midfield. Stumbling hard. A lot of action going on right now as the Bucks still have the ball. Let's see if they can get a shot, but no. Could have been massive for the Bucks there as they were going on a great run, but all that for nothing. Not even getting a shot on goal. So here we go. Ball at midfield once again. Elmhurst trying to get something going. Still scoreless. Both teams trying to get the first tally. This one's passed out at around the 15. That one's going to be headed there by the Bucks, but it's going to be kept in by Elmhurst. Trying to get something to go here. A fake. Keeping it in bounds, but could not. It's again another decent shot for Elmhurst, but could not wind up with anything. 15 minutes to go here in this first half, as this first half is slowly winding down. Five shots on goal so far tonight in this first half for Elmhurst. Schultzburg with 2 of those shots. Jorzewski with the shot. Crawford with the shot as well. So a lot of shots. They're on their way to getting their average as they average 9.7 shots a game. Already 5 shots. Probably will approach around 6 or 7 shots by the time this first half ends. So pretty good tonight in terms of getting shots on goal. It's just they have to capitalize. Those 2 massive scoring chances they could not get. Ball off the crossbar and a ball just wide. Now he's going to get pushed pretty hard, but no call there. It's Dunyas with the ball at the 40. Now Elmhurst advances this ball up to midfield. Now Elmhurst taking it slow, trying to find a play. Pretty good possession in enemy territory so far. Just getting that one, and they maintain possession. But now it's going to be flipped around here. And the Bucks are going to get it. Bucks are going to kick this ball here at the 20. A nice kick landing at around midfield, kept in by the Bucks. Now the Bucks turn on the Jets using their speed. There's a collision at the 35. Elmhurst trying to get their third big scoring chance of the day. And it's going to wind up in the hand of Novacek again. Ball slowly creeping out. The goalie there for the Bucks just got that one. Yeah, and this Bucks team in previous games have sold themselves short in the last couple of games. The Bucks have scored a couple early leads in the beginning and middle of the season and wound up just messing up. So it's kind of the opposite scenario. The Bucks have got some 1-0, 2-0 leads early on in the season, but wound up losing or tying those games. So usually they're a very heavy first half team that collapses in the second half. But tonight, the Bucks are not doing too much on offense. Of course, no goals and only 2 shots. So that was a shot attempt starting at the 30, and it was going to wound up back in Fuchorchik's hands. Alowecki with that pass. Now 11 minutes to go here. First half almost coming to a close. Delgado with the ball at the 20. Now Alowecki finally seen some action tonight. First time we've seen him in a while. Usually a starter though. But the lineup is a little bit changed tonight for senior night. Now Elmhurst with a shot on goal. Just wide and just unable to keep that one in. And the Bucks are going to get possession here. Bucks with the throw in at around the 10. Big throw in there for the Bucks. Now Dunez at the 50 trying to clear this one out. Elmhurst so far dominating time of possession in enemy territory tonight. Almost a connecting pass as it's kept in bounds in the corner. Now Elmhurst with the ball at the 30. Good move. Still creeping back. Not wanting to give up the ball here. Fighting for as Elmhurst still has possession. This could be huge. Just missed. And Novacek again with the ball. Punting that one. It's going to land at midfield. Bucks haven't had any good possessions in the past couple of minutes here, so they're trying to flip the script a little bit. Elmhurst trying to make something happen here. Aguilar had the ball there. Now let's see what they do. This one's just going to miss and trickle out of bounds. Elmhurst tried to get their 6th shot attempt, but unsuccessful. So 8:45 to go here. And Elmhurst awaiting this one here. Corner kick. Second corner kick of the night. Good possession here. Let's see if they can capitalize. And that one, once again, is going to wind up going out of bounds. So a lot of these Corner kicks, they can't capitalize. One of the better scoring chances of this game, but will it come back and haunt them? The crossbar play. As Elmhurst had 2 great chances, but especially the one by Wells, as Wells hit the crossbar, and then Jorzewski tried to chip it in off the redirect, but couldn't. So that one might come back to haunt them, as that was definitely their best scoring chance of the night. Now this ball's trickling. Another great aggressive play there by Nowacek. 7:30 to go. Nowacek with the ball. Set to punt this one. Boots this one pretty far, even past midfield. Bucks could not get it out. Bucks desperately need a possession here. Have not gotten the ball in Elmhurst territory for a while. Elmhurst trying to cash in. Trying to find a clear shot on goal here. Bucks trying to clear, but there's no defenders downfield. Couldn't get it there. Now the Bucks set it back to try to regroup, but they can't. Elmhurst is winning the numbers game, but this one's finally cleared out. But no one there for the Bucks to retrieve it. As Elmhurst is going to get this ball back and try to get another solid offensive possession here. As we see Gartner in the game for the first time in a while, working his way upfield. Gartner, outstanding player so far with 3 goals, tied for first on this team. Once again, for the 3rd time tonight, that ball is going to head out of bounds in the same area. Just a little past that right post. So Gartner with the corner here. 3rd of the night. So let's see what he can do. So a great scoring possession here as this first half comes to a close. Headed the opposite direction, and Elmhurst keeps it in. Duyas with the ball. Now he passed it. Now the ball's in the corner. High and wide kick. Blue Jays trying to keep this one in bounds. As Aguilar is just going to dump this one back out to Lopez. Nothing really to go there. Elmhurst with a lot of time of possession in Buccaneers territory. Really, really tiring them out, but just unable to get really any shots on goal. Only 5, which of course 5 is a solid number, but for the amount of time they've been in the Buccaneers zone, you would definitely expect some more shots and at least 1 goal. That one's going to be booted pretty high. It's going to land at a 30. Now Elmhurst, once again, with the possession in the Buccaneers territory here. Trying to tire this team out and get a shot on goal here. Now it's battling and it's kept in by Aguilar. Aguilar with the ball at the 20. Kicking this one back out. Trying to get a shot, but unable to. It's Gartner, number 30, with the ball at 30. Makes a little cutback move, and he's going to pass this one back to Aguilar. Let's see if they can connect on this. They can't. And that one's going to wind up going out of bounds once again with 3:40 to go. Throw in by Lopez. That one's going to go out of bounds there. So another corner. That one just going to be chipped into Gartner. Gardner trying to get something and almost an own goal. Wow, that could have been a lucky break for Elmhurst as it was headed. The redirect just missed the goal, but wow, that would have been huge. 3 minutes to go, still scoreless as time in this first half is winding down. And we're going to get another corner kick, but from the opposite side this time. And that one just going to go straight to the Bucks. Now Gardner, what a goal. Wow, that is exactly what they needed as he cashes in. Wow, huge play there for Elmhurst as this first half was winding down. And that is exactly what you need. Ball goes straight to Gardner, and Gardner just cashes that one in as it hit that bottom left corner. Wow, huge goal. Like I was just saying, Gardner was tied for first place with goals on this team. Now he is in first place with 4 goals on the season. He's going to be Elmhurst's leading goal scorer. But wow, that's huge. Like I said, Elmhurst needs wins, and they need it fast to try and desperately get in this playoff position. But Elmhurst usually tends to win when they score the first goal of the game. But wow, honestly, that's exactly what Elmhurst needs. They had the ball in possession the whole time. They had the ball in the Bucks zone, just constantly going at it. A lot of opportunities, a lot of shots, and it was just corner kick after corner kick. That last corner kick missed. It was bounced. And then Gardner wound up with the ball. A lot of pressure in the middle, but Gardner was wide open. So that one was a 50-50, and he just kicked that one up the middle, and it wound up going in. So that was huge.
Your last goal was by Caden Salzbog, number 10 on Elmhurst.
So 1 more minute to go here.
1 minute.
So far, a solid first half from Vachorchek. No goals let up so far. Now Gardner once again with the ball. Now the leading goal scorer on the team after getting that late goal in the first half. Had 3 goals going into this game, and now he has 4. So definitely the star player on this Blue Jays team, and definitely someone to watch out for. Big collision there at the 35. Final 15 seconds as the Bucks are rushing to get a potential shot on goal, and that one just gets slammed off the back.
3, 2, 1, 0.
And that is going to be the end of the first half. A lot of commotion in those past 10 seconds. But the score of this first half is going to be 1 Blue Jays and 0 Bucks. So honestly, a pretty solid first half. Just a lot of action, a lot of battles and everything going on. But ultimately, Gardner with his 4th goal of the season, cashing in big time late in the first half. Elmhurst has the crowd at home. They've got the momentum, and they're going to be looking good for the second half. So I'm John Lissy from Elmhurst Field, and we will see you shortly for the second half.
PUMA STEM stands for the Promotion of Underrepresented Minorities in Academic STEM. It's an alliance of 7 liberal arts colleges in the Chicago area, and the College of DuPage. It really helps build the foundation of skills needed. As a scientist, we work on networking, we work on presentation, we work on interacting with the community. We provide skills with how to do basic research, what kind of basic research is available. And in the process of helping these students get STEM degrees, we're not just helping them achieve their educational goals, we're also helping advance the scientific fields that they study.
I worked on testing lithium-ion batteries with the focus on electric vehicles. Being a physics major, someone like me didn't really know what you can do with that major. I didn't know that you can go out and work on something like batteries and do research there and be able to see how they work and how you can improve them.
I'm working on research for C. diff within a long-term care facility. I didn't know how math was applicable in the real world. We see it in a healthcare setting, and math is extremely important in order to help save lives.
My research specifically was studying the ecology of the common sniper turtles. I thought it was it'd be a good opportunity to kind of get out there and do some research, which is kind of what I wanted to do. And I also thought it'd just be cool.
It's not overwhelming. You have other people to guide you and help you along the way, as well as you can get a glimpse of what school later on or work that you may want to do later on.
This research paved the way for me to consider grad school.
Through Puma STEM, I'm able to travel and show other people my research. Maybe they can then take my research and expand on it as well.
The coolest thing about Puma STEM to me is seeing that it's not just old white guys doing research. It's women, people of color. It's cool to see we're here too.
My name is Joni Ducaille, and I'm the proud mom of a Blue Jay, Ethan Ducaille, a member of the ELSA program here at Elmhurst University. As a young man with autism growing up in Evanston, Illinois, Ethan had choices, but also a lack of choices that his peers also had. And he saw his friends going off to college, but he was unsure about where his path was headed. So upon his graduation from the main program at ETHS, Ethan chose to attend the ETHS transition program. While he was completing the transition program, Ethan grew into the desire to want to attend a university. My husband and I were thrilled about it, but I think that his experience at ELSA has been so much more profound because he really did choose it for himself.
The ELSA program has been around for 20 years, and it was developed by Lou Doty, who had an idea to create a program for students to come to the university that had cognitive disabilities or other differing abilities. There are a lot of unique attributes of the program. The things that I like to see for students and growth have a lot to do with the different activities, the clubs, and organizations that they can be part of, the housing pieces where students can live on campus, and also if they have an interest area, they can take a course, any course on campus, and be able to focus and maybe get an extra certificate in that area. And then we also have a core set of courses where students can expand skills and career, and that's really important as part of our program.
The ELSA program preps students for real-life scenarios that they're going to encounter. They'll do classes like any other degree-seeking student would, and then eventually they're working their way up to career-focused things like they go off into different internships.
A lot of students will have, by the time they graduate, 4 to 6 internships. They start on campus and then they move off campus, so that by the time they graduate, they have a good focus on where they're going to go, ideas on strength areas that they have, and they have good interviewing skills to get jobs.
When students come in as first-year ELSA students, it is their first time being away from their parents, their first time ever being alone. So we provide a lot of support with that transition. Maybe they need help making a time management schedule for their day, or sometimes we can go in and help mediate roommate conflicts.
I think my favorite memories for the ELSA program really have to do with new student orientation. Students come in, it's a little overwhelming. What I see is that sense of belonging after those 3 to 5 days that they've been on campus. It's a special time for students to connect. And by the time they get to that first class, they know people on campus, they know how to get around. It's really fun to see students come in, needing a lot of support and then being very independent by the time they leave.
You know, I had been a mom who was very engaged with his special education in high school. I was at every event. I met every teacher. I knew their cell phone numbers, and that can get a little bit claustrophobic for a young man growing up. And Elmhurst was his place. It was his school. It was his choice. And so when we arrived at that first homecoming, it was like he was showing us his place, and that was one of the first times that had ever happened.
So those growth pieces that we see have to do with self-advocacy and having students be able to make decisions about what they want to do on campus, and they're able to make their own choices and able to change their choices in the future.
Just because a student has a disability doesn't mean they can't go off and go to college or get a job or do different things.
This type of diversity, like cognitive diversity, has helped this university immensely. It teaches people to communicate and think differently because it immerses us in that. And it really teaches us how to treat others.
As he moves forward as an adult with special needs, I could see those glimmers of the opportunity where he was going to make this himself. And I think Elmhurst has played a big role in that.
That growth piece is it's huge to watch, and that's why we like to connect back. We have an alumni group, and they're always welcome to come back to the alumni group and participate.
Being an Elmhurst alumni, I think will always ground him and be a place where he feels that he achieved, he did it on his own, and that he'll be a part of the Blue Jay family.
My name is Carrie Hewitt, and I am the Dean of the School of Graduate Studies. Graduate programs first started at Elmhurst University in 1998. We offer graduate programs in healthcare, education, technology, and business. So there are many delivery models that we offer to our students. We offer on-campus options. We also offer hybrid options for some students, and there's programs that are offered entirely online. I think the ideal graduate student is someone who comes to class with a sense of curiosity, someone who wants to, learn more about their given profession. A typical graduate student would be very successful if they have good time management skills, because you'll never be at a place and time where you have more on your plate, but it's during that time where you can show your real successes, and those opportunities for success can happen here at Elmhurst University. So I think the support systems that Elmhurst provides start on day one. When somebody applies to a program, they're going to meet a very warm and welcoming staff. We're going to help them complete their application. Then once a student is here, they meet their program director and their faculty and their cohort and their other peers within the program, and all of those individuals become your support system. We want to provide a shared learning model where we're looking for ways to interact with one another to kind of experience the learning journey. Each individual professor has their own experiences, and that knowledge that they draw from their applied work experiences really impact not only the content that they're providing in the classroom, but also the discussions and conversations that happen in the classroom as well. Many of our programs are in a cohort model, and so the cohort model of being outside the classroom and having conversations and discussions sometimes solidify even something that maybe didn't make as much sense in the classroom. So I think those outside of classroom experiences and conversations with your peers, with your classmates, with your cohort are really critical. And so those relationships that you start to form while you're in graduate school actually transcend into your career and throughout your entire life. We're lifelong learners, and we want to continue always learning. And so investing in yourself now will pay off dividends in the future, whether that be with a promotion, whether that be with changing career paths. There's a lot of ways that an advanced degree is not only a way to invest in yourself, but a way to invest in the opportunities that lie ahead for you in your future.
Hi, my name is Krista Paunan. I'm the Program Director for the Doctorate of Nursing Practice here at Elmhurst University. Getting an advanced degree opens so many doors, whether that be in formal management roles, faculty, or being at the bedside leading projects to improve patient outcomes. Our DNP program is for students who are ready to become the bridge between the gap that can sometimes exist between research and practice. They will come to the table with a systems-based project that they will then work throughout their 7 semesters with us. Our program is a mixture of synchronous and asynchronous experiences. Students will work closely with your faculty and your cohort of students. These students will come from a variety of settings and bring with them different experiences. And then that will create a richer dialogue that you'll have during your synchronous time, so you can really understand the concepts, apply them, and then see how you can then use them in your project to help your system advance. Our DNP program does have clinical that's weaved throughout the program. It begins in your first semester, and you start to work with not only your preceptor, but a faculty mentor and the faculty within your course. So you're provided support from all 3 resources as you navigate your journey. Our programs were created with the busy nurse in mind. The faculty at Elmhurst take a vested interest in your success. We are here to walk alongside you as you navigate this journey. We have a variety of experiences we can bring to the classroom and provide a true richness in our discussion and application of the concepts. And we want you to be successful. We want you to walk across that stage. Anyone who's thinking, is it the right time to go back to school? They may never have the right answer for that question. The good news is it's never the wrong time to invest in yourself. It's never the wrong time to take a leap, to do something that challenges you, that will help you grow.
When I graduated in 2020 with my undergrad, I knew I wanted to continue my education. It was a natural choice to come back to Elmhurst. I had grown to know and love the faculty, the students, the environment, the curriculum, the flexibility behind the MBA program. Since I didn't really have a specialization, I took that time to take entrepreneurial classes, marketing classes, to see which path I really wanted to take. And in doing so, that allowed me to kind of figure out what I wanted to do afterwards. An exciting thing that the MBA has enabled me to do, I have 2 different perspectives, one of my own obviously, but also from my profession. I do talent acquisition, so I'm able to review resumes and applications of people who have and do not have master's degrees or MBAs, so I know the real life implications of having an MBA. For myself, it just allowed me the opportunity to take that extra step in my education and help to understand which direction I wanted to go. If you're looking for an opportunity to connect with others, to build networks, this is a great opportunity to do that. There's a small class size. They focus on team building and projects revolved around that. So Elmhurst gives you that opportunity to, not only see what you're good at, maybe learn from others and see how they work and how they work with others and how you could maybe expand upon that. If it wasn't for Elmhurst, I don't know what I'd be doing right now.
Welcome back, everyone, to Langhorse Field. I'm John Lissy, and I'm about to bring to you the second half. So let's just do a quick recap of the first half. Elmhurst has the 1-0 lead, and there was action all night. But Elmhurst was unable to capitalize But finally, in the dwindling final 3 minutes of the game, Gartner wound up with a huge goal because Elmhurst this whole game was just absolutely dominating time of possession, but they just couldn't capitalize. They even had two massive chances, even with a ball off the crossbar. But finally, after corner kick after corner kick, there was a sequence with 2 to 3 corner kicks, and then finally, off the redirect, Gartner scored the goal with 3 minutes to go. So it was a huge goal, giving Elmhurst the lead and making sure the crowd got in the game. So it was a massive goal, but let's see if Elmhurst can hold on to this lead as the second half is approaching and as the second half is underway. And with that goal, Gartner became this team's leading goal scorer so far this season with 4 goals on the year. Before this, he was tied up at 3 with Schultzberg and Acuna. They all had 3 goals, but now Gartner, of course, like I mentioned earlier, got that tiebreaker. So right now, he is this team's leading goal scorer. So here we go, second half about to start. 1-0 Elmhurst lead. Let's see if they can continue this lead and get the momentum to win this game, because it would be ultimately their first win since October 4th, as well as the Buccaneers, because they haven't won since October 4th as well. So a lot of these players getting warmed up here. They were in a nice warm locker room, but now back out into the cold. And it's only going to get colder as the sun comes down. So here we go, the second half underway. Elmhurst with the 1-0 lead. Of course, switching sides. The same goaltenders remain in goal. Lineups around the same for both teams heading into this second half as well. Now Elmhurst with the ball at around midfield, dumped into the 10, trickling, and that's going to wind up back in the hands of Vichorchak. Getting another save. So far, Elmhurst with six shots on goal, while the Bucks only have 2. So the Bucks really needing to get shots on goal. There was a sequence where Elmhurst had 2 or 3 shots on goal, but couldn't get much done. That one's going to be booted out. And there's going to be a whistle on the play. Looks like one of the Elmhurst players here will be getting slow to get up. That's Domain Jr. on the ground at the 40, so hopefully he's okay here. So the trainers will step out onto the field with 43 minutes and 52 seconds to go. So far, just over 1 minute has gone by in this first half. So once again, Domain Jr. getting checked out by the trainer at around the 40. Of course, both of these teams trying to stay warm here in this moment of pause. You see some of the Elmhurst players on the left side passing the ball around, trying to stay warm. It's been one of the colder games so far as Domain Jr. walks off the field. So hopefully he winds up being okay. Hoping all the best for him, of course. And play will slowly resume here, and Elmhurst will have possession of the ball And like I said many times, most of the few wins that Elmhurst has gotten have came off getting the first goal. And it looks like that could be the story tonight, with Elmhurst getting the first goal in the dwindling 3 minutes of the first half. So let's see if they can continue on with their trend of winning games after getting the first goal. It's always nice to have a 1-0 lead heading into the second half, especially with a lot of momentum here. So here we go. Play is resumed. Buccaneers have the possession of the ball at the 30. Now at midfield. Now there's a battle. Looked like there was a little too much contact there. Now Elmhurst with the ball at midfield. Kicking that one back to the 40. Looks like there was a little battle there. Now Elmhurst trying to get their first solid possession in enemy territory this half. And just could not get it. And Nowacek is going to get the ball. 2 minutes in so far to this second half. Nowacek just coming out of his crease. Wound up making the save there. So here we go. Ball bobbling around at the 25 as the Bucks clear this one out. Vuchorchik kicks that one high and wide. It's going to trickle around the 30. And a big slide tackle there by the Bucks. As Gardner tries to get aggressive here. The Bucks just couldn't get it past midfield as Aguilar is going to get this. And it looks like a big momentum swing here for the Blue Jays. Let's see what they do here. Lewecki at the 40. Going to take that one back. Looks like a little power play almost, it feels like. A lot of good passing and time of possession here. That was the story of the first half. Elmhurst absolutely dominating in terms of possession, but couldn't get anything going. Even though they were going insane, it was still 0-0 up until that last 3 minutes. So let's see if this half they can cash in a couple more times. Gardner with the ball, already scored a goal tonight. And also, of course, leads his team in goals with 4 on the season. Battling for it once again is Gardner, and Gardner is just going to dish this one out back to Aguilar. Now, Aguilar aired that one out towards midfield. A battle for both teams at midfield. As the Buccaneers had it in their zone, but now it's cleared by the Blue Jays. 4 minutes in, scoreless in this first half, and a 1-0 lead by Elmhurst. Now Elmhurst regains possession, but now it's trickled away. They've had it so far in their zone. Elmhurst with the ball at the 35, trying to work something out here. Now Aguilar gets this one to Acuna. A nice shot there, and that's going to be saved by Nowacek again. Aguilar towards the far right side, just airing that one out. And with a little jump there is Nowacek with the save. It's going to be his second save of the night. And Elmhurst's 7th shot on goal. So they had 6 shots, and that was their 7th shot. Gardner clears this one back towards midfield. The ball has been at midfield a lot so far tonight. A lot of action in midfield for both teams, but I would say especially Elmhurst. They've been setting up a lot of plays and obviously doing a lot of passing towards midfield. Once again, senior night here for the Blue Jays. And out of all days to try to get a win, senior night would be an absolute massive chance to get a win. As after this game, the next Elmhurst game will be away at Ripon College on Saturday at 7:30 at night. So, of course, traveling out to Wisconsin, that could be a pretty far drive. So they're just going to enjoy this one here with the home crowd, senior night. As next game, they are going to be going all the way to Ripon, Wisconsin. So a pretty far drive. Yeah, the Bucs are going to have to go pretty far. And the Blue Jays will be at the comfort of their own home against Carthage on Saturday. It will be family weekend, and that game will start at 4:30. So now Elmhurst with the ball, starting a solid possession, chipping this one out, and it's headed, and it's booted up high. Just missed the header there was the Buccaneers. And Elmhurst having a pretty good drive, just doing really good. Acuna with the ball at midfield. Let's see what happens here. Elmhurst rushing upfield. Kicked at around midfield. Now trying to connect the pass, but couldn't. So this ball is going to hit off the fence, and it's going to go out of bounds. Now everyone working their way upfield. With 37:28 to go into this second half. So a lot of time for both teams. Obviously, if Elmhurst gets this next goal, this would be huge. Going up 2-0 in this stage of the game, it would be huge for them to get this. So Acuna in the corner, trying to work some magic. Let's see what he can do here. This one just going to go coast to coast and wind up out of bounds. So Acuna curving the ball a little bit, but really just got by everyone. Nothing any team could have really done in that situation. So this one's just going to be cleared out. Ball at midfield once again. Now Gartner gains possession of the ball at the 40. Tried to pass that one, but no one was there. Now the Buccaneers finally get the ball in Elmhurst territory, but no one really set back deep to get the ball. But now let's see what they can do. This is their chance. They got to shoot it. That one is shot, and it's tipped off of the hands right there, but not quite a great angle. And Vachorchik comes up with the save again. 10 minutes in. No one has scored so far. Of course, this half, but it's 1-0 Elmhurst. Battling in the corner. This is their chance to tie up the game, but it looks like Elmhurst is just going to clear this one out. Yeah, so it's kind of sad. The Bucs haven't been able to clear it out much, but when they do clear it out, ooh, a big collision there. 10 minutes gone by in this first half, and as you can see, both players stumbling pretty hard there. But yeah, the Bucs have rarely even got the ball in enemy territory, and when they do ultimately end up clearing the ball, no one is set back deep to get the ball. So the rare moments where they clear the ball. Let's see what happens here. A corner kick bobbling around the Wecky. That's going to be desperately aired out, and they got to clear it. But going back to what I said, whenever they try to clear it and get the ball in Elmhurst territory, they're just outnumbered, because even if they connect on the pass, yeah, you have an Elmhurst territory, but you only have 2 or 3 guys downfield, while Elmhurst has like 5, 6, or 7 defenders down there. Good little cutback move. Once again, another collision. And recently there's been a lot of collisions. But going back, this corner kick by Cunho, a lot going on. And that one's just going to be kicked out by the Buccaneers goaltender. So here we go. Ball at midfield. Both teams here trying to get their first win since October 4th. Around 2.5 weeks since both teams have got their first win. So that is not a good look. But at least in the case of the Buccaneers, they're 6-4. So sitting at around 500. Still with a shot to make the playoffs. But, of course, Elmhurst with the record of 4-10-2. The playoffs are out of the picture. But, of course, every win counts here, especially in front of your home crowd. And definitely tonight on senior night. You got to get a big win for the seniors, as that was headed but just missed. So 32-40 to go. Around 15 minutes have already gone by. This has been a pretty fast second half compared to the first half. This ball is going to be kicked at around the 40. Both teams battling for it. Buccaneers finally connect on a pass. But once again, when they do get possession in enemy territory, there's no one back deep to get the ball. So you really have to have people down there, or if you don't have people down there, you have to get past 3 guys and score. So that rarely ever happens. That's like a 1 in a million. So you've got to get more people back down deep in the Blue Jays territory. Speaking of the Blue Jays boot this one out towards midfield. And here we go. Their possession in Buccaneers territory is going to start. And Aguilar works his way upfield, connecting on a lot of passes. Let's see if they can cash in. Now they're going to slow down their pace as Gardner, a powerful shot. It's off the body of a Buccaneers defender. Another battle here. This one's going to be going the other way now. 31 minutes to go. So let's see what happens here. The Bucks set to kick this one with the ball at the 40. Now is their chance. They have some men back deep. But they got to take it slow. They got to find the right chance. This ball is going to end up once again in possession of Vachorchik. Of course, he's got a shutout going so far. He's been looking pretty good tonight. He's seen 3 shots. And he has had 2 saves, with one of those 3 shots being a shot on goal. Speaking of him, he's got the ball back. Oh, very risky move. It was bobbled and winds up back in possession. But wow, Vachorchik trying to clear it, and literally the only spot where you cannot hit it, he does. But definitely a costly play by Vachorchik. But on the other end, why do the Bucks not have any defenders back besides one? Even if they had one more defender back there, no matter where that would have bounced off, the Bucks would have probably got the ball and just would have had a wide open goal to cash in. So I don't know why they didn't have at least 2 defenders back there, because that would have tied the game. But a lucky break for Elmhurst, because they're going to try to use that momentum they've just got try to finish off this game. Of course, 30 minutes left. Anything can happen here. But wow, an interesting play. So now the ball is at the 40. Let's see what happens. And another great save by Vachorchek. This one was just literally straight to his hands. Here we go, the Bucks trying to get something happen. Finally, a possession in their territory. Even though Elmhurst has possession, it's still good for the Bucks here as it's deep in the enemy territory, but they got to get a big stop. And they do. It's still in their territory. You can definitely see the Bucks picking up the pace as of recent. And that pass is going to be kept in barely, but it's going to go out on the Bucks here. So 28:45 to go. Just over 15 minutes have gone by so far in this second half. And we have Novacek set to kick it. And that's going to be a yellow card on Woodall from Elmhurst. The yellow card is going to be for unsporting. So that's going to be the first yellow card of the night for Elmhurst. And that's going to put them at the 30 mark. Because before entering this game, they had 29 yellow cards. So a pretty big amount of yellow cards, honestly. Pretty chill, though, on the red cards. Only 3 this season, but the Buccaneers look really similar to the Blue Jays in terms of course, penalties and all that. 31 yellow cards compared to 30, obviously, for Elmhurst, and then only 1 red card on the season compared to the 30, or 3 for Elmhurst. So both teams really, really similar in terms of yellow and red cards. Not pretty much on the lower end, not too many penalties, really. So 27:30 to go. Aguilar with the corner kick. To take a 2-0 lead would be huge. Let's see what Elmhurst does. And that one's just directly going to go back out of bounds. We are going to have, once again, another corner kick with 27 minutes to go. It would be huge if Elmhurst could score here. They would double the lead and take a massive 2-0 lead. So let's see if they can end up doing that. Let's see. Just missed everyone there as it's bobbling. As it was attempted to be kept in, but just chipped that one out. 26:30 to go. Elmhurst with the 1-0 lead. The goal, the one and only goal tonight, scored by Gartner. Gartner with a very good game. His only shot on goal wound up being a goal, so 1 for 1 in terms of that. So 26 minutes to go here. So Elmhurst with possession of the ball here at the 25. Still in their zone. Trying to get something to go here. Elmhurst is gonna kick this one back. Elmhurst with the ball at the 35, trying to get something to go here. Aguilar keeps this one from going out of bounds. But no, they're going to say that one was out of bounds. Oof. I don't know about that one right there. Definitely looked like that was in bounds as We know it has to fully cross the line, but I guess that one was out of bounds. So exactly 25 minutes to go. 20 minutes so far, scoreless in this second half. Of course, Elmhurst with the 1-0 lead, though. So Elmhurst awaiting the throw-in right now. Final 25 minutes to go as the Buccaneers desperately trying to tie this game. Now the Buccaneers with the rush, but no one set back deep, so they need a big play. Could this be their chance to get the fourth shot on goal? No. And that one's going to go out of bounds. So the Buccaneers catch a big break, and now they're going to allow time for everyone to come back. That allows time for everybody to come back, and that's the one thing the Bucs have struggled on. In the rare times they get the ball in enemy territory, they have no one set back to get the ball. This is their chance right here. They need to keep this one in. Let's see what they do. This could be absolutely massive here for the Buccaneers. Gomez, the sophomore from Lassiter High School, with the chance to tie the game. Gomez with the chance of the game. And that one's going to get past all the defenders, surprisingly, but it's just going to go straight to Wachorchak right there. And that could come back to haunt them, as you got to get that ball in the air. So 2-2-2. 22 minutes, 22 seconds to go here. As the Bucs trying to get some momentum before this game ends. They want to at least tie this game, while Elmhurst is trying to answer that, and they want to get the lead. They want to get the win, which they haven't been able to do for a while, since beginning of October. It's already... Oh, and there's a big collision there. Lewecki stumbled. Elmhurst with some pressure. This could be big. If they steal it, they'd have a good shot at scoring. Let's see what they do. Elmhurst with the pass. Now they wait for everyone to come back and regroup. You got to step back here, but this is a shot on goal. Just missed. But luckily the ball is still in bounds. Good little move there. They got to get something going. Had it a couple times. Just missed that right post. Would have been saved anyways, though, but oh, would have been huge. 2-0 lead at this stage, and based on how both teams have played the game, probably have essentially iced the game there. So let's see what happens. Nowacek with the ball in the middle. "20 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Buccaneers with the ball at the 30. Trying to clear this as they're getting pressure by Elmhurst here. And once again, the story of the game, The Bucks finally get possession, but just completely outnumbered in Elmhurst territory. It's just the same thing over and over again. The few rare moments where the Bucks can actually get possession, they're outnumbered by 4 or 5 guys every time, and you either have to wait for your guys to get back, which they have not been doing, or get past everyone, which is really rare. So unless something really lucky happens for the Bucks, it's just going to continue on. They've got to get some defenders back so they're not outnumbered every time. Because Elmhurst has been doing really good in terms of that. They've been doing the opposite of what the Bucks have been doing. They've been getting their defenders back, and they've just been outnumbering. And when you outnumber, you get so much time of possession, which, of course, leads to shots, which leads to goals. And it looks like they've had the momentum so far. They've had more shots at 8-3 in terms of shots, more time of possession, more everything. And the more you have in an opposing territory, the more corner kicks you're going to get. And Elmhurst, let's see what they can do as he comes out. And they finally score and tie the game. Wow. An absolutely massive goal here. Like I said, I was just talking and it went right in. I was talking about time of possession, how you need your defenders back or you need to get past everyone, and that is exactly what they did. They just got past everyone in that situation. So an absolutely massive goal here, as that is going to tie up the game here at 1. Wow, what are the odds of that? I was just saying how they have no time of possession, and the only way they can score a goal if they don't get their defenders back is one crazy play where someone gets past everyone. That's exactly what happened. So a huge goal. And now everything has changed. Even though Elmhurst has been dominating this whole game, doesn't matter. It's 1-1. So now Elmhurst trying to get a late goal.
By number 35, Wase Asenate, number 35.
Wow, so that is absolutely huge. As the Bucks get a great goal. Both of these goals have been pretty late into their respective halves. First goal obviously was really late with 3 minutes to go, but so far the story of the game was Elmhurst dominating and just trying to get a goal after all those attempts, and they finally did. And they've been looking good. It looked like they were about to win, but out of nowhere, the Bucks needed one of two things to happen in order to score. Getting some defensive guys back there or just a great play, and that's exactly what happened. So, wow. Tie game. Let's see what they can do here. 1-1. Of course, a tie here is better than a loss, but no one wants to settle for a tie. It's almost kind of like OT right now. Next goal most likely wins. Of course, if there is a goal. And now the momentum has changed. Somehow he got out of that. And Elmhurst needs to get a shot here. Let's see what they can do. Headed, and wow, what a save by Nowacek. That would have made this crowd go crazy. 17 minutes to go. Tie game. Big stakes here as this crowd is getting electric here. Let's see what they do here as the goalie comes out. Wow. Nowacek with an aggressive save. The game just flashed before his eyes there. Whew. That could have been That could have been crazy. A late game-leading, game-changing, deciding goal. Ball to 50 here for Elmhurst. Elmhurst trying to get some momentum off of this possession here. As recently, the Buccaneers playing with some house money. They've got all the momentum. As they steal this one, and the story of the game here, now, this is what I like to see here. They are actually waiting for some of their defensive guys to get back. And Elmhurst does not like it, so they're playing some aggressive defense. They got to get this ball out. They cannot afford to get a victory stolen like that. Let's see what they can do here, and another save. Wow. Nowacek with another massive save. Just coming out of his goal, risking it all, but it paid off. Wow. But now, unfortunately, Nowacek looks to be hurt. It honestly was a pretty big collision, so hopefully he's okay. Don't want to speculate what it is, but he's down right now, and the trainers are going to be coming on the field, so hopefully he's okay. So 15-10 to go here. Late in this game. The final 15 minutes and 10 seconds. And even though Elmhurst has dominated almost every stat, they've got less penalties. They've got more shots. They've got more corners. They've got almost more of everything. And it doesn't matter because that sneaky goal by the Buccaneers tied up the game. The stats don't matter at this point. It's a tied 1-1 game. Both teams, like I've mentioned many times, haven't won since October 4th. No one really wants to settle for a tie here. Of course, it's better than a loss, but it just leaves a bitter taste getting a tie, basically just for nothing. So both teams are going to play their heart out here to try to score a goal, and once you score at this stage, most likely you wind up with a win. So Nowacek, good to see him walk out of the field under his own power. Hopefully he's okay. And there's going to be a substitution here as a new goalie is going to be coming in. And this goalie has been well rested. So, I mean, you could say it's a good advantage, or it just depends on how you look at it. He's well rested, but he's not warmed up. So, with 15 minutes to go in this game, we'll just see what he does. Will he come up with some good saves, or will he not? It's all a mystery. So first action tonight for him as this ball is going to land at around the 45. Schultzberg almost connected on that pass, and Elmer's trying to get something, and a big collision. But wow, looks like they're not going to call anything. That could have been a huge deciding moment. Tie game. You could have got a free kick or a penalty kick. Wow. That no call was huge. So final 14 minutes here. So many things you could look back on if you're Elmhurst. That no call. Then in the first half, the crossbar incident. So a lot of close moments as Elmhurst desperately trying to forget about that and just cash in here. Let's see. He's going to get some redemption. Ooh. That one just missed the left post. So 13:35 to go. Here we go. Elmhurst trying to get as much time possession as possible. Schultzberg tried to look for that one-timer, but that was blocked. Who knows what would have happened if that got past him. "13 minutes to go here, a corner kick. This could be huge. A great scoring chance as this ball is curving, bouncing around. Elmhurst tries to keep this in, and they do. Now they set this one back. This could connect. Buccaneers try to clear this one out. They take their time to allow some defensive men to get back. They've adjusted, and they are looking. Final 12 minutes to go. This could be huge for Elmhurst. Let's see what happens here. This one's going to be cleared out. So final 12 minutes to go. Sun's coming down. Chilly day here. And it's tied at 1-1. Elmhurst had all the momentum. It looked like they were going to come out with the win on senior night and at home, but then a quick sneaky goal by the Buccaneers, and now it's anyone's game. Let's see what happens here. What a goal! Absolutely massive, and the crowd is in it. Exactly what you need if you're the Blue Jays. Wow. What a goal to break this tie late in the game, and it was exactly what they needed. Everyone setting up, trying to find a play, and that pass could not have worked out better. And what a kick, and what a goal. Zankoff with the goal. Absolutely massive. But Zankoff with an absolutely massive goal there, setting this crowd up in a frenzy. Wow. You couldn't have asked for anything more than that. It was a 1-1 tie game. Elmhurst.
Blue Jays by number 7, Michael Zankoff.
Elmhurst was looking defeated after they let up that late goal, but then they scored a massive goal. See what they do here? Could take a 3-1 lead. As they couldn't get that one 11 minutes to go. But wow, Elmhurst was looking defeated after they let up that late goal. But then a massive goal. Wow. As this ball is going to trickle out of bounds right here. So final 10 minutes and 25 seconds to go. But going back to what I said earlier, man, 1-1 tie game. Elmhurst not having a win in around 2.5 weeks. And that's around as big of a goal as you can get. Tie game with around 12 minutes. Then you just score a goal. Because, of course, in soccer, late game goals are huge. So 10 minutes to go here. Final 10. Let's see what happens here. Elmhurst trying to take a big lead, and they do! Wow, and that looks like it's going to ice the game. What a goal again! And Elmhurst takes a 2-goal lead. Wow. Massive goal. Exactly what you need. The ball at the 25. This one just going to be aired back out, kicked in, and wow. Huge. This place is rocking here, and this crowd is electric. 2 massive goals late in this game. First one to take the lead, and the second one to extend the lead. And out of all games you have to get a clutch goal, tonight would be the night with a very big crowd and senior night. So getting a win for the seniors would be huge. But wow, what a crazy turn of events. As that first goal to make it 2-1 gave them all the confidence in the world, got the crowd in it, had a very high chance of winning. But once they got that next goal a couple minutes later, yeah, 3-1, you know what's going to happen. Just missed. 4-1 would have surely iced the game. But whew. Wow, that would have been 3 goals in like 2 minutes. That would have been huge. So a 3-1 game with 9 minutes to go. Buccaneers with the ball at the 20. This one's bobbled up and headed. That one just going to trickle by for Trocheck. Just past the left post. But wow, Elmhurst, 2 massive goals. Exactly what they need. Elmhurst hasn't won a game since October 4th. Looks like they are going to wind up with the win here. Unless a miracle happens for the Buccaneers. But yeah, that was definitely an electric moment. 2 goals in that short of a span, that late in the game. At a tie game, too. And with this crowd and senior night, you couldn't have asked for a better script there. Seven minutes and 30 seconds to go here. Buccaneers with the ball, trying to come up with the late game miracle. Interesting header there, and that's going to wind up back in the hands of the goalie there. So 11 shots on goal for the Blue Jays. 7 minutes to go. So if the Blue Jays come up with this win, which they most likely will, that would be huge for them. Of course, any win is great. Getting that confidence boost, but on senior night and in front of this great crowd, exactly what you need. So Elmhurst just trying to finish this game off with some good momentum. This could be a break. Never mind. It almost looked like a breakaway opportunity, but Trocheck played pretty aggressively out of his goal, winding up with the ball in his possession. So Elmhurst with the ball at the 40. Now the ball at the 30. Now it's bobbling around as the Bucks try to clear it. Let's see if they can connect. If they do, they could have a chance, but they don't. And now they get possession of the ball again. The Bucks trying to work their magic here. Pretty good turn of events, but Elmhurst is going to get this. Pass back out to Schultzbold. Schultzbold has a lot of room to run. And let's see what happens here. He puts up the shot. That one just wide. And Schultzbold with the shot. Almost. So 15-15 to go here. getting a little darker here. Of course, temperature has dropped a little bit. We are entering the final 5 minutes of this game. 3-1 lead by Elmhurst as Elmhurst had a surge in the final couple of minutes. They scored not 1, but 2 goals. That first goal was massive. Their win probability skyrocketed after that. Everyone was pretty chill and confident. But after that second goal to extend the lead to 3-1, everyone knew it was over. That was a massive goal. Now Elmhurst trying to get another goal here and stumbled right there. So the ball, Elmhurst had the ball at the 25, and once again just another low collision as he's going to stumble just a little bit there. So Gardner with the goal, the first goal of the game. And Zankoff, the 5'11", 160 sophomore from Cupertino, California. That's the weather app. What's it called? That's like the default weather app. When you open your weather, that's the city it automatically goes to. Random fact. All right, so 3:15 to go. 3-1. Elmer's trying to extend the lead here. Oh, a big collision there. As they had the ball there. And playing very aggressively out of his own goal is Vachorchek. Vachorchek with an outstanding night tonight with plenty of saves tonight and only one shot that went past him. So great things for him. And Schultzberg with the ball at the 50. Making a good move. Oh, that almost was a big collision there. Final 3 minutes to go. Final 3 minutes of the first half. There was a goal scored by Gartner, and that opened the scoring up. Made that 1-0, then tied up late in the second half, and it was 1-1. And then, of course, the big surge late in the game. 2 massive goals in like a span of 5 minutes for Elmhurst, extending the lead from 1-1 all the way to 3-1. So that's exactly what you need, is that late game surge if you're Elmhurst, and it could not come at a better time. Let's see what happens here. Final 2 minutes, as there was a pretty quick throw out. And ooh, that's going to allow Elmhurst to get back. So any chance of a possibility of momentum erased. A couple of the Buccaneers, you could see on their faces they were mad about that one. So 1:57 to go. That gave Elmhurst time to come back. This one's going to be aired out at the 30. Now the ball's at the 40. One minute, 30 seconds left. Couple of new players in here trying to get a goal. Now Schultzberg, pass right on net, and oh, wow. Schultzberg, let's take a look here. Catches the defense off guard, hits it right to the goalie, but the redirect, oh man. final minute here. But wow, that redirect would have been huge. Schultzbolg, of course, doing what he does, gets a great move and a pretty good shot. Wound up straight in the goalie's hand, but the redirect chance could have been huge. Let's see what happens here. Now that one's gonna finally roll out of bounds. Of course, it looks like they're gonna win, but they're desperately trying to get a last-second goal, trying to get this crowd back in the game a little bit. But ooh, costly, and that looks like it's gonna be one of the final times they touch the ball. Final 20 seconds of this game. This crowd is in it, and this crowd is alive. Let's see if they can get a final goal just for some giggles here. That one's going to be cleared out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
So what a big win for the Blue Jays tonight, as the Blue Jays get their first win since October 4th. They're going to wind up winning this game 3-1, and it could not have came at a bigger time than this. A big game in front of all these fans. What a crowd here tonight. Senior night. Obviously so happy for these seniors getting a win in general, but getting a win tonight, could not have asked for a better story. So Elmhurst, the first goal was by Gartner with 3 minutes to go late in the first half. Then, of course, the game got tied up. Things got pretty heated and pretty interesting there. And then a very big surge towards the end of that game. 2 massive goals very late within around 4 minutes of each other. Really set this team up for a big win. And that's exactly what they needed, getting their first win in a while. And let's see if they can continue that success and momentum for the rest of their season. So wow, what a great game. I'm John Lissy, and we will see you next time from Elmhurst Field.